What's up, everyone? All right, so here we are, Friday, end of what has been a little bit of a frustrating week. A combination of, traveling, being on Pacific Coast time out in Las Vegas for the first half of the week, having internet issues in the hotel, getting back here super late on Wednesday night, coming in Thursday morning, losing $3,000 in the first 10 minutes. But today, got centered, got focused, got all my monitors back up and running. Yesterday I only had like 2 working, and made $1,843.05. 3 trades, 3 winners. My work is done. Today I said very clearly at the beginning of the day, all I want to do is close the day green. I'm not trying to be a hero, even just $500. Guess what? Took my first 2 trades, went into the red by like $700, and on these 2, I felt confident. So instead of eat the loss, I held waiting for the first 1-minute candle to make a new high. That micro pullback worked, squeezed back up through the highs, and was able to get out for a profit on those first 2 trades. And then trade number 3 and number 4 ended up being really nice winners. So, hey, green day, rough week. Probably going to finish the week. Let's see. Yesterday, between yesterday and today, I'm still down 1,000. Plus Wednesday puts me down 1,800, and then I made 2,000 on Monday and Tuesday. So I'm up like $200 on the week. But that's okay. Sometimes it's a little bit of a grind, treading water, waiting for those really good setups in those days where in the first 15 minutes I can get a $5,000, $10,000 winner. It will happen. It just didn't happen this week. So that's all right. We'll be back at it first thing on Monday morning. Hopefully momentum carries us through the holiday season. That would be really nice. All right, so any questions, any comments, leave them below. You enjoy these videos, subscribe and like the video, and I will see you guys first thing on Monday morning. See you then. All right, everyone. So we're going to go over the midday market recap, go over the trades from this morning. We'll see if we can find, I'm distracted, clearly. I just finished my my intro video. So we'll go over the trades from this morning. We did find a couple of winners. I had 3 stocks that I traded. I took a total of 4 trades and had 4 winners. So accuracy was much better today than it was yesterday, which is great. You can see the P&L there, $1,843.05. I'm happy with that. That's a solid way to finish the week. For me, I always like to finish Friday on a green note. It's such a bummer to have a red day on a Friday because then you end up thinking about it over the weekend. And having done this as long as I have, I don't have to look very far back in my calendar to find red days. I mean, they happen, every couple of weeks, and it's just inevitable. But I'm always grateful, especially to close the week on a green note. It just feels good. So, and sometimes I'm a little bit more conservative on a Friday because I really do just want to close the week green and, have that kind of extra confidence boost of, feeling good over the weekend. So, today, as you can see, the 3 stocks I traded, ALQA, TIK, and ADIL, no huge winners, but a couple of small trades. So the leading gapper this morning was actually DFFN. I did not trade this one. This one was a reverse split. And, reverse split setups, as you can see here, like it popped up from 340 to 374, faded. I mean, they are volatile. And we have certainly made some really good money on reverse split setups in the past. More recently, I haven't done as well on the day of the reverse split. I've done better, in the days following a reverse split. Because what a reverse split effectively does is it reduces the float. So the float was 48 million shares, and it was a 15 to 1 reverse split. So 48 divided by 15, the new float is 3.2 million shares. So that's now a very low float stock, relatively speaking. But without a real catalyst, it didn't have enough of a reason, I don't think, to go up today. So steered clear of that one. BEL, second leading gapper, but 103 million share float and price too high. So I left that one alone. Next one down, it's actually an acquisition anyways. Next one down, ALQA. Only made $175 on it. Was watching it right out of the gates for a gap and go trade. As you can see here, it popped up to 3, dropped down, popped back up. I jumped in at 295. I kind of had to hold through some of this chop. Where was I in? I think I was in right here. It squeezed up to a high of 319, but it was very choppy. Actually, I was in on this candle here. I think I broke even on my long and then accidentally shorted 2,000 shares that I covered down at like 82. So just kind of sloppy, and then it ends up popping here up to 25, does a little pullback, squeezes up to 35. At this point now, you can see it's kind of tapped. It's sort of having some resistance at 330. The daily has lots of room, 355 resistance, room up to 524, but on this one, I just didn't do super well on it. So whatever, that's fine. Next one down, TIK. A little unsure that it was going to hold up because it has a history of being red. However, the history also shows doji candles on the top, or candle wicks. So it does like to squeeze up and then roll over. So I figured if it squeezes up, it's a good long, and then a good short, definitely with a stop at high of day. I jumped in it at 393 right in here, had to hold, it pops up to 96, drops back down. Finally gets this nice squeeze here, and I sell into that squeeze over $4 and book $423 of profit. So I was in it a little on the early side, and I said, you know, this is the spot where I would be flipping short with a stop at high of day, and you can see it's faded off that level. So good setups, both long and short, no shares available to borrow for me. And then ADIL was continuation from the move yesterday. Yesterday it made this pretty dramatic red to green move. Today it did something fairly similar where it squeezed up from 360 up to a high of 409. I jumped into it just before it got halted at 388, right there, 390, and then was selling into this squeeze up to 409. I actually did pretty well on that one, maybe better than I thought I would. I added on it at, let's see, 88. Now that's interesting. 88, 90, and 92. This filled. I'm 100% sure that I only had 5,000 shares going into the halt. I must not have canceled an open order. I got a partial fill on this order, and this order didn't fill at all. I guess I didn't cancel that. That's kind of interesting. It's pretty unusual that I would forget to cancel an order, but that must be what happened. So I ended up having 9,000 shares. That's why I made more than I thought I would have. I thought I only had 5,000. So I must have gotten filled there when it resumed from the halt. It dipped down to 82 and then surged up to 409, and I was selling at 402 and 399, adding back at 398 and 399, and selling at 405 and 399. So $1,200 of profit there. When a stock gets halted, if you have an open order, it just sits there until the market resumes, unless you cancel it. I must not have canceled it. I must have just been focused on walking you guys through my plan of how I was going to trade out of the halt. But in any case, so it was a good setup there, made some money on it, and that put me up $1,800 on the day. Without that trade, this would have been a $600 day, which still would have been totally fine. I mean, I would have been completely happy with that. Really just wanted to be green today, but had a really, high level of conviction that ADIL would work, jumped in, rode that momentum, and booked some profit on that name. So overall, a green day is good. I'm not recovering all of the losses from yesterday. I was down almost, $2,900 yesterday. But you know what? That's fine. This is part of trading. It's one step forward, one step back. If you... I'm trying to think of a good analogy. sometimes when you're working on cars, you'll be working on something for a while, and I'm trying to think of something that I've done that's kind of like this. Maybe like a valve adjustment on one of my Mercedes, and then you try to run the engine, and you notice there's a new oil leak, or there's something's not quite right, and so you have to kind of take everything apart again. And it feels like, oh, geez, I just finished doing this, taking it all apart again. But then you settle into it, and you're like, okay, I'm in the grind. I'm cleaning the gasket. I'm maybe putting in a new gasket. And you kind of get yourself focused that, okay, yeah, I'm repeating my work. I'm doing this again, but you just sort of settle in and you get it done. And that's kind of what it is. When you have a little setback trading. Once, when you're still in the process of the setback, this was one. I was trying to install a tachometer on one of my Mercedes, and I had to install this little sensor. I don't remember where I was installing it, but I had to install this little sensor. And the first time I installed it and ran the engine, it broke the sensor right off. So had to, end up ordering a new one and doing it again. And it's kind of like, it feels like 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, but when you do settle in, you're just kind of like, this is what I'm doing. Once you feel like you're making progress, it's okay. And today is a green day, and I feel good about that. I genuinely just feel pumped. I'm like, yep, it's a green day. Am I still red versus yesterday? Yeah, but I'm not really worrying about that, because I've now set back in. I'm making progress, moving back up, and that's from here on out. Just keep kind of building the account back up. So my account value was $198,000 this morning. So we'll come back up to about $200K tomorrow, which is good. I'm kind of hovering right around this level. December is not really showing the huge profits that I was hoping it would show, but that's okay. We still have like 8 or 9 days left in the month. Things can turn on a dime, and Monday morning we could have a momentum stock that goes up 400%, and that can make $40,000. I mean, you just can't totally predict when these things will happen. So you just come in every day, trying to be at your best, well rested, ready to hit the market and take some solid trades, and take what the market's willing to give you. Today was $1,800. Happy with that, and I'm back at it first thing on Monday morning. All right, so I'll see you guys on Monday. No plans, nothing going on over the weekend for me in terms of content. We're not doing anything, any sessions over the weekend, but I'll see you all Monday morning. Remember, Warrior Pro students, 8 a.m. on Monday. Ted will be running our Monday mindfulness session, our in-house trading therapist for Warrior Pro students. And today at 3 p.m., he'll be hosting a FOMO Friday session. And I have my session with him in about 5 minutes, my weekly session, where I tell him how frustrated I am that I worked all week and only made $200. All right, so I will see you guys first thing Monday morning. Have a great weekend. Get some rest. Study up for those of you guys that are new to the classes. And we'll be back at it first thing on Monday. Also coming Monday, a little surprise here. Steve is going to be running our futures trading room. So, Mike's room is up and running. My room is obviously running. Steve's futures trading room will be running as of Monday morning. So you guys will see that from your dashboard. So if you're one of those ones that have been eagerly awaiting, it's coming on Monday. All right, see you guys first thing Monday morning. Bye, everyone.
If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.